Welcome back to Guns and Ink, and today I'm going to run a video on the old time argument: is 12 gauge birdshot adequate enough for home defense? Me, I don't think it is. I personally don't. There's too many pictures on Google and too many accounts to where people have been hit with birdshot and they survive. So today, behind all this, I don't feel like moving it, is a hog ham that went bad in my freezer. So figured I'd get a little bit of use out of it before I burn it. So we're just going to hit this with some Winchester Super Speed birdshot, nothing special. And then after that, I actually have another ham, which was in the same bag as this, so it's bad as well, that I'm going to put in front of this one after it's been shot and hit it with 3-inch Magnum double-aught buck. Now I'm thinking about running 2 shots at this of birdshot. I got 3 loaded up, but I think 2 should be sufficient. Now also, it's that time of the year where a lot of northern states or northwestern, they're already getting snow and it's getting cold, or some of the ones that are still technically north, it's jacket weather. Here in Florida, well, it's still hot as balls. But unfortunately, I don't have a jacket to waste, so I have 3 pairs of boxer briefs that I donated myself, and I went ahead, folded them in half, so now you have 6 layers to pass through, and it's fairly thick. I mean, you know, in Florida in the wintertime, that'd be about the thickness of a sweatshirt. But like I said, we're gonna see what this birdshot can do, and why, if I choose to use my 12 gauge for home defense, I would rather use 3-inch Magnum double-aught buck. Now, the double-aught buck is not something I would use in the house 3-inch Magnum wise anyway. In the house, I'm either going to use my 40 on my nightstand, possibly my 9, but mostly my 40. If I have to go outside, I'm definitely taking my rifle, my AR. But anyway, so I'm not testing those, enough about that, but we're going to see what 2 shots of birdshot will do, and if it will penetrate all the way through this ham. Now, I'm not counting the smaller parts on the ham on the outside. I'm going pretty much dead center at the thick part. So let's get set up and see what this does. Also, I did forget to add, I'm going to be doing this about roughly 10 yards away. I didn't measure it out, but this is roughly 30 feet. So let me finish getting set up and we'll get back to it. Alright, here we go. 2 shots of birdshot at roughly 10 yards. Let's throw a third one in for good measure. Alright, well, no, gotta zoom out. Okay, so definitely went through all these, of course. So it went through all of those, and this is kind of dirty. I did drop it a few times. Ugh. But let's check out the back side. And as you can see, absolutely nothing penetrated through this. It's a little wet. Wait, is that a pellet? Oh, yeah, but that's on the small side. But even then, on the smaller side, you can see it came through and it stopped. And that was it. So for our final test, I'm going to keep this sucker behind here, as like such, and then I'm going to grab, oh, this is so gross. Yeah, it's funny though because I cleaned it, but alright, well, I'm going to set the other one up in front of this, put these back on there, and then we're going to nail it with 1 3-inch Magnum double-aught buck, and then we're going to take a comparison. So, be right back. Alright, well, I stand corrected. It's not 2, actually 3, but these are 2 small ones. And I just went ahead and put this one, the one that I shot already, up front because it's bigger. But anyway, let me go back, get set up to shoot, and then we'll see what happens. But I'm pretty sure it's going to annihilate this.
Ready.
Alright, so here we are back at, like I said, roughly 10 yards. 3-inch Magnum double-aught buck. Let's see what it does. That one had a thump. Let's go check out the damage. Okay, at 10 yards. Oh, by the way, I'm using an 18.5-inch barrel. I should have mentioned that earlier. But here's a hit. There's a hit. I think that is. I think that is, but I know this definitely is. One blew directly through here. I did aim center mass. It seems that really nothing made it through. I'm just gonna be honest. That's as far as my finger will go in. Here's another one. Here's another hit right here. Unfortunately, I don't have a knife on me right now. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. I don't really think shotguns are that great for home defense. Alright, well, anyway, so as you've seen, I did see one more spot where the buckshot did come out of, but again, it was in a smaller, thinner area, not center mass. The thicker part of it. Sorry about my steady hands. I actually am having an issue with my SD card pairing with my phone, so my GoPro is not being used. I'm just doing this straight on my phone. But for those of you who insist to use a 12 gauge shotgun for home defense, I'm going to go ahead and just put 1 2 3/4 inch slug in it for the heck of it to see what that does. I mean, it was never my intention to run a slug in this video, but what the hell, we compared birdshot to buckshot, so I guess let's throw a slug in it and see what happens. Let me go ahead and get my hearing protection on and all that good stuff, and I guess we'll blast these hams again. Alright, 2 3/4 inch slug, 3 hams. This time, no boxer briefs or material in front of it. There's one in the middle, but I don't really think that's going to have much of an effect. So here we go. Alright, well, apparently my aim's just a little bit off today, but it did hit and it shredded it. And it completely missed the other two. Huh. Whatever. Let's go ahead and run one more at a little bit closer range. Alright, so 2 3/4 inch slug again. This time we're about 5 yards away. So let's see if we can get center. Okay. I think that was pretty center. Alright, so pretty much yeah. So I guess if we're going to use a 12 gauge for home defense, you should probably run a slug. And hope you don't have family members in the house. So that's my review on why birdshot sucks for home defense. Apparently why buckshot sucks for home defense, but at least you don't have to worry about it over penetrating. Okay, so actually have to redo this ending again, but that's beside the point. So what we've seen with the birdshot is it's insufficient to penetrate. Something heavy flesh. We'll just say heavy flesh. So for game animals, home invaders, rapists, muggers, carjackers. Birdshot sucks. I'm sorry. That's just it. Birdshot sucks. It's not adequate for home defense. It's not adequate for penetration. It's not going to, how can I say this, indefinitely immobilize a criminal inside of your house. Will it stop them to the point of, ow, that really freaking hurt, maybe I should leave? Probably. Some states don't have a castle law like we do here in Florida, which means if I shot you with birdshot, I probably would not get charged with attempted murder or anything like that, or have any repercussions from it. But I'm not a lawyer, so therefore I can't 100% lawfully say this. So don't take my word on that, but the castle law helps protect. But anyway, so then buckshot, 3-inch Magnum, double-aught buck. I've dropped hogs with them, but those were headshots. And they don't need to penetrate very far to kill an animal, like a hog or a deer. I'm not saying don't use buckshot for home defense, because at least as from what you've seen in this video, you don't have much to worry about over penetration wise. And I just noticed my daughter's hair bows on my curtain. Great. Anyway, but it's not going to over penetrate, at least in my opinion. And from what you've seen, I mean, 3-inch Magnum double-aught buck. I mean, the piece of meat, you know, was roughly about this thick, 4 inches thick at its thickest part, and the buckshot didn't go through. The slugs. Unfortunately, I didn't get a center mass shot. The rain is on and off here. It started to rain on me, and I just don't want to be out there in it. But anyway, if you must use a shotgun for home defense, run a slug. I mean, it's a big-ass bullet. Is pretty much what it is. I mean, it's a huge bullet. And it's got some sufficient gunpowder behind it, and it's going to do its job if you must run a shotgun for home defense. Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and do a review on my shotgun in a separate video. But the shotgun that I use today has a H&R Partner 12 gauge pump action. And for those of you who are familiar with shotguns, this looks just like a Remington 870. Well, that's because it's a Remington 870 clone. Everything functions, such as your bolt release here. Safety is on this side, right here, where it belongs. The fore end's pretty much 870. I mean, the whole damn thing's an 870 clone, internals included. The only difference is this thing is an effing tank. It weighs a freaking ton. And the barrel's different from a Remington. But anyway, that's more for the review video. But this is the shotgun that I was running, 18.5-inch barrel. We'll go on my setup that I have in the review video. But anyway, so yeah, birdshot is not something I would use for home defense, honestly. Buckshot, yeah, that's great because you don't have to worry about over penetration. Slugs, I hope you don't live in an apartment, and I hope you don't have family members in your house when and if you ever have to use a slug for home protection. Because if you do, you're an idiot. I'm just saying. I mean, I know that's contradicting what I said, but also, if you live in a household by yourself, also not in a freaking apartment, I think a slug would be sufficient. And also, the slug would be great for outside use, such as it's daylight, you had somebody kick your door in, and then you went outside, you seen them, whatever, blah, blah, whatever happens outside. I think slug is sufficient for outside, not inside. So, but I think buckshot, slug, that's what you need for home defense. Birdshot's not going to cut it. Birdshot sucks. Plain and simple. So anyway, guys, also, if I can get... and I'm willing to go back and redo this video. But if I can get 5 requests to redo this video, I will do this again. And I will run birdshot, buckshot, and slug again. Also, I'm willing to revisit this. Well, not necessarily. Well, revisit the test, but with a 20 gauge as well, for those of you who run a 20 gauge. because lo and behold, my son has 20 gauge. It's a youth model, and I kind of look like Goliath holding a toothpick, but whatever, I'll manage. But if I can get 5 requests, I'll revisit the 12 gauge test with the same exact what I did, but I'll use something different, like a pork roast, or like a beef round roast or something. Don't ask me to use brisket because I do barbecue on the side. That crap's expensive. I will not use any kind of poultry. One, because they're gutted, they're hollow inside. It doesn't give you a good enough test on it. And also, their bones are very brittle. Their bones are actually hollow inside to help them with flight. So I will not use any kind of poultry. So it's pretty much either like a Boston butt pork roast, or like a beef round roast or something. One of those two, and I'm willing to use that. And maybe if someone wants to throw me a few bucks or something, I do have a Cash App. It is, you can find me on the Cash App at 1776 Barbecue, and that is 1776 BBQ. If anybody wants to throw me a few bucks to kind of help me, not with the ammo, but with the target, the ribs, the pork butt, the whatever. But five requests, I will revisit this, and out of the most popular of what you want me to see me shoot at, I will do so. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Hope this video isn't too long. Hope it doesn't bore you. I'll see you guys next time.